Hello, teammates. Welcome to one of many annual Total Force Muster screenings scheduled this fiscal year. I'm Brigadier General Bo Mahaney, the commander of the Air Reserve Personnel Center here in Aurora, Colorado. I'm also commander for more than 32,000 individual Ready Reserve members in your Air Force. As your commander, it's my responsibility to ensure proper procedures are in place to take care of you. I'd like to give you a little background information on why you're here. Not only is muster screening mandated by law, it's also important because it gives us the opportunity to validate and update your personnel information in the event mobilization is required. In addition to validating your personal information, today you'll be receiving briefings on veterans benefits, civilian employment information, assignment opportunities within the Air Force Reserve component, and most importantly, your responsibilities as a member of the IRR. Muster screening is mandatory, but there are several benefits to attending. First of all, you'll notice recruiters are here to provide information on assignment opportunities should you desire to re-affiliate with the Air Force. Secondly, you will receive about $210 for your time. You'll also receive a reserve ID card if you do not already have one, which allows you to access a host of base services. I sincerely appreciate your time today and service to our great nation. As a component of the Total Force, you provide operational capability, strategic depth, and surge capability to the active component. I'd love to get your feedback on how you think today's event went. You can call us at your Total Force Service Center, find us on Facebook, or visit our public website. Until next time, have a great day.
My name is Master Sergeant Christian Michael.
And I'm Captain Avril Mitchell, and we're from Headquarters Air Reserve Personnel Center in Aurora, Colorado.
This is your ARPC orientation briefing on the Individual Ready Reserve Muster Screening Program and information on job opportunities within the selected reserve.
Welcome to your annual IRR muster screening.
On behalf of your commander, Brigadier General Samuel Mahaney, and the entire ARPC staff, welcome. Did you know that as a member of the Air Force's Individual Ready Reserve, or IRR, you have a personnel center? As a member of our nation's Air Reserve component, ARPC is your personnel center. You'll notice there are multiple ways you can contact us to get answers to your personnel questions and concerns. If you don't already have a login to MIPERS, all members of the IRR are strongly encouraged to register for one in order to access your personnel records. MIPERS is the official online source for personnel policy, information, and day-to-day transactions, which empowers you to manage your reserve career. A wealth of IRR information is only a couple clicks away. Simply do a keyword search for IRR. You can also email us or speak with a customer service representative by calling the Total Force Service Center. A call center agent will answer your question or direct your call to the appropriate office. ARPC supports nearly 1 million customers. As you can see, the IRR consists of only a tiny percent of our rather large customer base.
As a member of the IRR, let's discuss your military service obligation, or MSO. Enlisted members should recall signing a 3-, 4-, or 6-year contract when you first signed up. Regardless of the terms stated on your initial enlistment contract, all members of the Armed Forces incur an 8-year MSO upon initial entry into the military service. This is mandated in federal law and applies to every member affiliating with an armed service branch. For enlisted members, it is based on your initial date of entry into the uniformed service. For officers, the MSO is usually based upon your initial date of commission. What this means is when you left active duty or the selective reserve after serving your initial 3-, 4-, or 6-year commitment, you may still have a period of the MSO remaining and will be transferred to the IRR program to complete the remaining obligation. If you separated under a program where you received a separation pay benefit, you would incur an additional 3-year Ready Reserve commitment that would be served in the IRR and begin only after your MSO has been completed. Enlisted members will be discharged from all military affiliation once all obligations and commitments have been completed. Officers may resign their commission once all obligations and commitments have been completed, but are usually retained for an additional period unless a request to be discharged is initiated by the member. Be careful if you're thinking about resigning your commission. Should you choose to re-affiliate with the Air Force at a later date, you'll need to start the commissioning process as a new accession.
Another important acronym to keep in mind is ETS, or Expiration Term of Service. All enlisted members have an ETS date which identifies when your enlistment contract expires. This applies to those of you who may have signed an additional contract with the Air National Guard or Air Force Reserve after completing your initial active duty enlistment. Your new end date is the ETS of that contract. If you are released from your assignment prior to the completion of the current contract, you will be reassigned to the IRR to fulfill whatever time you have left. Once your MSO is complete, enlisted members will be discharged from the Air Force entirely. Now, let's get more into why you're here. The requirement to attend muster duty is found in U.S. Code, listed here, which states members of the Ready Reserve may be ordered without their consent to muster one time each year, during which they must perform a minimum of 2 hours of duty. Also, by law, you're required to notify the Secretary of the Air Force, or in your case, ARPC, of any change in your address, marital status, number of dependents, or civilian employment. Any change in your physical condition that would prevent you from meeting the physical and mental standards prescribed for duty must also be reported. In addition to duty, ARPC also screens members of the IRR by way of an annual survey mailed to your address on record. Also known as ARPC Form 69, you must include supporting documentation to substantiate any requested personnel changes. Also, if selected, you may be ordered to participate in other short-term mobilization exercises.
As an IRR member, you're still a mobilization asset. This is the essence of why the Air Force conducts screening of IRR members. The Department of Defense uses this as a mechanism to verify and update personal and medical information on its reserve forces. Should the requirement come down for mobilization in support of a national emergency or contingency. As a mobilization asset, many things will still be required of our members. For example, you still need a family care plan in place in the event that your service is required. So if mobilized, you will be required to complete an official family care plan. IRR members are also required by law to update their civilian employment information annually. This is done by assessing the Guard and Reserve portal. In addition to full-time workers, this requirement also applies to those enrolled in college, working part-time, and those unemployed. Please don't forget to save your update. Here's a screenshot of the ARPC public website. On the bottom right, you'll find a link to MyPERS. You can navigate to the CEI page via MyPERS. If you have a Common Access card and a card reader, use it to log into MyPERS on the left side of the page. If you don't, you can create a MyPERS account on the right of the page with the user ID and password. Once logged in, select Air Reserve on the toolbar. From there, select Access the VPC dashboard to access the CEI page. CEI Update is one of several transactions you're able to make through the dashboard. Additionally, you can view your personnel records, update your duty history, apply for a selected reserve position, and even request a copy of your DD Form 214.
Let's discuss your pay for attending today's muster. All attendees will earn approximately this amount, regardless of rank. Assuming your pay account is built properly, you can expect payment to hit your bank account within 30 to 45 days. Direct deposit is mandatory for all IRR members. Check your orders packet for a sign-up form if you're not currently enrolled. If you didn't bring it with you, your base POC has extra. When turning in your direct deposit form, ensure the routing and account numbers are accurate and legible. If not, it could take up to 6 months to correct and pay you. Also, keep in mind, you cannot collect VA disability pay for the same day as your muster duty. You'll need to make a choice to collect one or the other. If you choose to waive your VA pay, look in today's packet for the appropriate waiver form. Again, your base POC has additional forms if you need any. Please contact the ARPC Personnel Readiness Branch if you haven't received your muster pay within 45 days. As an IRR member, did you know you're still entitled to certain military benefits? As long as you retain a military ID card, you're entitled to shop at the Commissary and Base Exchange, use base morale, welfare, and recreation facilities, Space A lodging and travel, and get dental insurance through TRICARE. These benefits are also available for your dependents as long as they're enrolled in DEERS and have a military ID. Keep in mind, all benefits are lost when you're discharged. In order to be eligible for TRICARE dental benefits, you must be within at least 12 months of your MSO or ETS. The program is a pay-ahead program, meaning each payment for the next month of coverage. To enroll, call the number listed on the slide or visit the TRICARE Dental Program website. The premiums listed cover the current calendar year.
Should you choose to reaffiliate with the Air Force in a participating status within the Reserve component in either the Air Force Reserve Program or the Air National Guard, benefits, entitlements, and opportunities within the service are increased. Here you can see some of the benefits you will enjoy by joining the participating Reserve component. Participating members are assigned to a position within a traditional Air Force Reserve or Air National Guard unit, as an Air Force Reserve Individual Mobilization Augmentee, or IMA, or an Active Guard Reserve, or AGR asset. This should give you a rough idea of the extra income an E5 can earn with over 4 years of service assigned to a traditional reserve position. There are additional ways to participate in the selected reserve on active duty orders beyond the minimum requirement. Reserve members on active duty status of 30 days or more earn housing and subsistence allowances, as well as points counted towards a military retirement. Military pay tables can be found on the Defense Finance and Accounting Service webpage or www.dfas.mil.
Members in the participating reserve component are eligible for health insurance at highly competitive rates via TRICARE Reserve Select. Current year premiums are listed here. Find out more information on tricare.mil. Do you currently have life insurance? Would your family have coverage if you died? As a participating reserve component member, you are eligible to purchase term life insurance for the period of time you serve in uniform. SGLI is available for service members for the amounts listed here. This insurance is paid upon your death whether or not you are in status. Family SGLI coverage is also available for your spouse and dependent children and remains available as long as you are signed up for full-time SGLI. Did you know you're also eligible to earn education benefits? The Montgomery GI Bill Selected Reserve, also known as Chapter 1606, requires a 6-year commitment in the Selected Reserve. A very popular and lucrative new benefit is the Post-9/11 GI Bill, or Chapter 33. This benefit is available with qualifying active duty service starting September 11, 2001. Participating reserve component members may be eligible to transfer those benefits to qualifying dependents. Transfer of benefits requires a 4-year service commitment. Contact your Veterans Affairs office or visit www.gibill.va.gov for more information. In addition to these VA benefits, you're also eligible for tuition assistance, college-level testing, and Community College of the Air Force accreditation. Members of the participating reserve component are eligible to earn points toward a reserve retirement based on a point system for participation and years of service. In most cases, it's payable at age 60. Here are some example computations of reserve retirement. Point values come from the most current point valuation for retirement benefits for Reserve and Guard member chart.
There are several ways to participate in the Air Reserve component with different participation and accession requirements. The traditional reserve duty of 1 week in a month, 2 weeks a year can be found in both the Air Force Reserve and Air National Guard unit programs. An Air Force recruiter can go into more detail about the current opportunities that may be of interest to you. IMAs are a unique category within the Air Reserve component. These members are typically assigned to an active duty unit and have similar participation requirements as a unit member. However, an IMA's duty scheduling allows for much more flexibility to meet the member's needs and those of the supported unit. Finally, you can see here that there are other ways to participate within the participating reserve component on a full-time basis. Both the full-time Air Reserve or Guard technician and the AGR programs offer qualified members unique career opportunities. Information on both programs can be found on the Air Force portal and MyPERS websites.
Thank you for your participation and commitment to this year's Air Force Individual Ready Reserve Muster Screening Program. As a member of the IRR, you provide strategic depth, operational capability, and surge capacity to our nation's warfighting mission.
We encourage you to take advantage of your time today by ensuring all your personal and medical information is up to date. Also, stay knowledgeable on IRR requirements and programs and learn about opportunities available to you in case you decide to reaffiliate with an Air Force Reserve component.
Lastly, we welcome your feedback on how to improve this program. We'd like to thank you for your service and wish you safe travels as you head home. Thank you for coming.